The endless void of space fractured with blue-white energy as the Terran warship *Defiance* emerged from hyperspace. Captain Jack Miller stood rigid, his weathered face illuminated by the tactical display showing the Vesperian fleet that had conquered 3 human colonies in the past month. "They've deployed hydro weapons on all forward vessels," Lieutenant Anna reported, her voice steady despite the implications. 19 ships, each carrying enough firepower to reduce our vessel to its constituent atoms. The bridge fell silent. Everyone knew what hydro weapons could do, manipulating water molecules to disintegrate organic matter from within. The Vesperians had unleashed them 3 years ago, and humanity had been on the retreat ever since. Every engagement ended the same way. Humans reduced to puddles while their ships remained intact for salvage. "How long until the time device is ready?" Jack asked, eyeing the countdown on his personal terminal. 4 minutes, Captain," replied Engineer Tom from below decks. "Power fluctuations are still within acceptable parameters, but I must emphasize, this technology remains theoretical." Jack nodded grimly. "Theoretical is all we have left. The time device, temporal inversion matrix engine, represented humanity's last hope. Developed in secret by Earth's greatest minds, it didn't aim to match the hydro weapons in destructive capability. Instead, it sought to reverse their fundamental principle. The Vesperians, with their silicon-based biology, had never considered water a threat. To them, water was merely a neutral substance to be studied and weaponized against the water-dependent humans. Their scientists had spent decades perfecting ways to manipulate H2O molecules at a quantum level, turning humanity's life-giving necessity into an instrument of death. What they hadn't anticipated was humanity's desperate ingenuity. "The Vesperian fleet is moving into attack formation," Anna announced. "They're targeting our engines first, standard tactics to disable before boarding." Jack's fingers tapped an irregular rhythm on the armrest. "Hold position. All power to forward shields." The Defiance trembled as the first volley of conventional weapons struck. The Vesperians always opened with traditional artillery, saving their precious hydro weapons for when human ships were crippled and defenseless. "Shields at 60%, Anna called out. "Second volley incoming." "Time device at 92% charge." Tom's voice crackled through the comms. "The equations are aligning, but Captain, there's no way to predict the exact outcome." Jack's gaze remained fixed on the approaching enemy fleet. "Humanity has no future if we don't act now, Tom. Proceed as planned." The ship shuddered again as more energy weapons impacted the shields. Emergency lights flashed across the bridge. "Shields at 28%, Anna reported. "They're moving into hydro range. I'm detecting activation signatures from their primary weapons." The tactical display showed the characteristic blue glow emanating from the lead Vesperian vessels. Humanity had learned to fear that pale azure light. It meant only death awaited. "Time device ready for activation," Tom announced. "Targeting parameters locked on all 19 Vesperian ships." Jack took a deep breath. 3 years of retreating, of watching fellow humans dissolve from within by their own cellular water, had led to this moment. The time device wasn't designed to attack the Vesperians directly. That would have been predictable and defendable. Instead, it targeted the hydro weapons themselves. "Activate time," Jack ordered. A massive surge of energy pulsed from the Defiance, invisible to standard sensors but registering as a reality distortion wave on the specialized equipment Tom had installed. The wave expanded outward, engulfing the Vesperian fleet. For several heartbeats, nothing happened. Then, the blue glow of the hydro weapons intensified, but instead of projecting outward toward the human ship, the energy inverted, turning inward. The time device had achieved the impossible. It reversed the polarity of the hydro weapons, causing them to affect silicon-based matter instead of water-based life. On the view screen, Jack watched as the Vesperian ships began to disintegrate from within. Their silicon bodies, once immune to the water manipulation effects they had weaponized, now dissolved as their own technology turned against them. "My God," Anna whispered, "it's working." The Vesperian fleet, once the terror of human space, was dissolving before their eyes, victims of their own technological hubris. Their communications channels filled with alien screams as they experienced the same fate they had inflicted on countless humans. All 19 ships are breaking apart, Anna reported, her voice a mixture of awe and horror. No escape pods detected. Total elimination. Jack didn't feel the triumph he had expected. Send the encrypted signal to Earth Command. Operation Reversal successful. The time technology works. As the last Vesperian vessel crumbled into crystalline dust, Tom's voice came through again. Captain, I'm detecting unusual temporal echoes. The reversal effect isn't stabilizing as predicted. Meaning? Jack asked, suddenly alert. The time field is continuing to expand and strengthen, Tom explained. We didn't just reverse their weapons. We've created some kind of temporal feedback loop. It's propagating through subspace toward the Vesperian home systems. Jack's eyes widened. We need to shut it down. I can't, Tom replied, panic edging into his voice. The process has become self-sustaining. The implications hit Jack like a physical blow. The time device wouldn't just defeat this fleet. It would propagate through the Vesperian Empire, reversing every hydro weapon in existence. Their entire species, so dependent on the technology that had made them conquerors, would fall victim to their own creation. We've won the war, Anna said quietly, but at what cost? Jack stared silently at the dissipating remains of the enemy fleet. Humanity had survived, but the victory tasted like ash in his mouth. The time device had done more than reverse a weapon. It had reversed the moral equation. Now humans would be known as the species that had caused extinction through temporal manipulation. As the Defiance set course for Earth, Jack wondered if humanity's desperate final solution had merely replaced one existential threat with another. And somewhere in the quantum foam between realities, time itself seemed to shudder at what humanity had unleashed.